beautiful friends. Welcome back to 365 Days of Love and Miracles with A Course in Miracles. My name is Arlene Geres, and I am so glad that you are here. Please remember to listen right until the very end, because we have a special treat for you. And if you enjoyed today's video, please click like and subscribe down below, because this helps others find us on YouTube.
Today's lesson is lesson number 308. This instant is the only time there is. We've heard over and over again that the past is gone, the future hasn't happened yet, so let's just stay in today. And yet we find it so hard. Do you know that if we could let go of the past, we would not have any depression? And if we let go of the future, we would not have any anxiety. The past and the future are not real. They only exist in our mind. We make it up. There's nothing that we can actually hold on to in the past except in our own memory. There's nothing about the future that we can see except what we are projecting. Neither one of them are real. So let's stay focused on what we have right in front of us. You know, my kids when they were young would say, if we have 1 foot in yesterday and 1 foot in tomorrow, we pee all over today. While a disgusting reference, it makes so much sense, because what's happening right here, right now, is the only moment that means anything. This is where we change our lives. We can't change the past. We have no idea what the future holds. But right here, right now, we can choose exactly what we're going to do with this moment. We can choose to go out and just have fun and play, or we can choose to have a nap. We can choose to go and read a book. We can choose to phone a friend. There are many things that we can do with this moment. But here's the other part about this. If we are not actually present in this moment, fully conscious, fully aware of where we are and what we are doing, and paying attention to who or what is in front of us, we're missing it. That's the crazy thing. There we are. Oh, I'm so sad about what happened yesterday. Or it might even be, oh gosh, yesterday was so much fun. Or we're like, oh yikes, what's going to happen tomorrow? Or I'm so excited. Either one, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be negative feelings. But we're missing this moment. And this moment will never come again. So let's be fully present, fully conscious, completely mindful to be here now. Be in this moment. Let's read today's lesson. This instant is the only time there is. I have conceived of time in such a way that I defeat my aim. If I elect to reach past time to timelessness, I must change my perception of what time is for. Time's purpose cannot be to keep the past and future one. The only interval in which I can be saved from time is now. The only interval in which I can be saved from time is now. For in this instant has forgiveness come to set me free. The birth of Christ is now. Without a past or future, he has come to give his present blessing to the world, restoring it to timelessness and love. And love is ever present here and now. And the prayer, if you would like to close your eyes. Thanks for this instant, Father. It is now I am redeemed. This instant is the time you have appointed for your Son's release and for salvation of the world. Let's talk about it. A Course in Miracles tells us that time actually does not exist. It is a construct of the ego. I can't really completely understand this in my human mind, but I do know that when I'm able to stay fully present in this moment, then I truly forget about time. One of my greatest difficulties is being on time for things, because I truly let time get away from me. This idea is one of my very favorite ideas, because I would rather throw out all of the clocks and not have to worry about time at all. To be able to be fully absorbed in what I'm doing. and to let time slip away. So this lesson is telling us that we must change our perception of time if we want to reach past time to timelessness, to be able to experience this feeling of just relaxing into the flow. It makes me think of floating on an air mattress in the middle of a calm, still lake. There's no wind, there's only the perfect temperature to just relax and not have to feel any time at all. We can be there for 5 minutes or 2 hours. It simply doesn't matter. This is my human idea of timelessness. I believe this is what they're aiming for, that we would experience this if we were able to fully be in the moment all the time. There wouldn't be the sense of sorrow over what has gone on in the past, or the sense of anxiety over what might happen in the future. Let's see if we can reach this place today as often as possible, of getting past time to the idea of timelessness. This, like many other lessons, we are told again in this one that forgiveness has come to set us free. Lack of forgiveness keeps us stuck in the past and gives us anxiety about the future, because when we're holding on to something, we're back there thinking about it all the time, chewing on it, ruminating on it, obsessing over it. Maybe it was a mistake that we made or a mistake that someone else made. When we let it go, we set the other person free and we set ourselves free. That is one of the main goals in this course, is being able to practice true forgiveness all the time. The birth of Christ is now. That's you and that's me. Christ is born inside of us when we truly walk this way. Can you feel that in your spirit? Can you feel the glory just growing in your own heart and extending that blessing out to all the world? The birth of Christ was not yesterday, and it's not going to be tomorrow. It's right now, in this moment, every single second that we take to remember that we are one with God and all of creation, that we experience ourselves as being a part of God, as being God's beloved children here on this earth. When we have Christ living inside of us, we are sent out to bless the world in all that we say and do. We can't do that if we're distracted by the past or the future. We can only do that if we're really focused on what's happening right here in this second, fully focused on whoever or whatever is right in front of us. When we do this, we experience the ever-loving presence of God in our lives. He is always there. All we have to do is tune in, change the radio station, change the TV station. Oh, we don't use those dials anymore, do we? I'm showing my age. Click the remote, change the station, get on God's channel, and be present to His ever-present love. Let's take a quick look back to what is the second coming. It is the all-inclusive nature of Christ's second coming that permits it to embrace the world and hold you safe within its gentle advent, which encompasses all living things with you. There is no end to the release the second coming brings, as God's creation must be limitless. Forgiveness lights the second coming's way because it shines on everything as one, and thus is oneness recognized at last. Forgiveness lights the second coming's way. As I said, over and over and over again, we are reminded that forgiveness is the key that unlocks the door to being at one with God and all of creation. When we accept that Christ's second coming is inside of us and we are meant to be His messengers out in the world, we experience the power of His love, embracing everyone and everything that we come into contact with or even think of. The miracle of moving from fear into love can only be experienced in the present moment. I pray that you will experience that moment all day long today. For our practice sessions today, first thing in the morning, last thing at night, review the lesson and just sit in quiet meditation as you ponder these ideas. And on the hour, just stop for a moment and think about this. This instant is the only time there is. And then we're asked to think about this lesson all day long. So let's do that today. If you would like to close your eyes, I will read the prayer one more time. Just let it sink into your heart. Thanks for this instant, Father. It is now I am redeemed. This instant is the time you have appointed for your Son's release and for salvation of the world in him.
Thanks so much for listening right until the end, my friends. If you enjoyed today's video, please share the love. Tell others about these videos. Encourage them to start at lesson 1 and only do 1 lesson a day. Are you ready for our special treat?
November 1st and 2nd is Day of the Dead in Mexico. Here we have a boat in the marina, all decorated up. It's a beautiful sailboat. If we take a closer look, we're going to see that people have placed pictures of their loved ones on the altar. Here we have a family, then we have people of all ages. There's even a few pictures of children here. And people's dogs, and there's a cat, there's a young man. In addition, we have food that represents the loved one's favorite foods, a bottle of alcohol, and we have a variety of flowers. This instant is the only time I have. Have a day of walking in the presence of Christ, my friends. I love you.